Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about why struggling to land a setting position. I've been in this game for almost 2, coming up to 3 years now, and as being a setter myself and also seeing other setters around me, even growing from the ground up, getting the first position and moving on from there, I've seen a couple mistakes. I've seen a couple things that they've done well, but a couple mistakes that I want to point out today. And I get a lot of people asking me too on my social media, on Instagram, hey Matt, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, can't seem to land a position, or it's taking me ages. So we're going to go over some reasons today as to why that might be the case. So before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. One-on-one mentorship spots are still open, so if you want to learn directly from me, if you want to have an easier time landing a position and you want me to show you the ropes with appointment setting and basically do what I did to basically get remote Wi-Fi money at a young age of 20, then you know what to do. Link in the description to apply. Alright, first reason why you are struggling to land a setting position is because you're not being unique or providing value up front. So let me just shoot over to the right. This is an example. It's all been in the past week, bearing in mind. So if this has all been in the past week, you have to imagine what my month has been like, what other people's months have been like. People in this game who have been in this game for years have been like. This is just in the past week of what sort of DMs I get, guys. So if you're watching this and whoever sent this or whoever sends these kind of messages, you need to do better. Just coming from a place of tough love, because this is not going to cut it in 2024 anymore. All right, this is all in the past week, guys. It's insane. Some shitty ass DMs like, hey there, notice you're in need of a closer with my sales, yada yada. Okay, first of all, I didn't need a closer in the first place, so that's already out the picture. This guy just said, hey Matt. I'm not gonna reply to that. And again, it sounds harsh, but I'm coming from a place of tough love, and I'm coming from a place as to what the truth is. Most of these business owners don't have time to waste. They're not gonna read through everyone and everyone's message in full. So you need to get straight to the point. You need to come at it from a unique angle. And if you're wondering how to do that, I've got videos on my channel showing you exactly how to do that. Especially look for the one called Most Powerful Outreach Method. So go watch that, implement that. I won't say what it is because I want you to go watch that in full. I might even link it up here. But that's going to set you miles apart from these type of people who are sending these type of messages. Hey, sorry for sliding in your DM. Just a quick question. Have you been into ecom? Guys, the bar is so low. The bar is so low. And if you're sending these type of messages, then you need to cut it out and go again, watch my video. But this is not going to cut it anymore. Okay, so if you're sending these type of messages and you're wondering why you haven't gotten placed yet, then the answer is right in front of you. It says here, hey Sean, can I ask you a question? This is from my friend. He put it on his story. Thought it was quite funny, but I get this same outreach message too, and it's just not going to cut it. I never respond back to them, or maybe once or twice in case they have a legit question. It always ends up being some sort of sales pitch. Okay, so you're not being unique. You're not providing value up front. Providing value up front, that's one of the ways to be unique. Again, my video about Most Powerful Outreach Method is going to show you how to do that. So number one, you're not being unique or providing value up front. You also teach the same method, by the way, in the one-on-one mentorship program called the Oracle. So everyone is taken care of inside there. Number two, if I can get that off, you're not doing enough volume. So you can have, let's say you fix your outreach now, but if you only send it to 10 people, don't expect anyone to get back to you unless they're hyper personalized, unless luck is on your side that day. You're not going to get a reply back, or you're going to get like 1 or 2 or 3 replies back. However, from the replies, how many interviews did you book? How many did you actually show up, and how many of them did you actually get a position out of? All right, so if you're doing 10 to 20 per day, let's up that to 30, 40, 50, 60, as much as you can, because you need to feed the beast. You need to feed the beast. You need to feed it through volume. You need to shoot your shots. And if you're probably wondering, Matt, okay, I don't know how to up my volume. Where can I look for these type of business owners, these leads? Well, again, I made a YouTube video on that, so go check that out. I'm gonna put it up here. And I've also got a whole playlist dedicated to finding your first position. So, and we also teach this stuff in the mentorship program. Okay, so you're not doing enough volume. Simple as do more volume, 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x what you're doing, and watch most of your problems, if not all your problems, be fixed from doing that. Because here's the thing, I sometimes get messages. I speak to these people who are trying to find their first position. I ask them, okay, well, how many DMs have you sent? They said 10 to 20 per day. 10 to 20 per day is not going to cut it. Again, this is not going to cut it, and 10 to 20 per day is not going to cut it too. I want you to bump that up to at least 20 to 30 per day. 30 minimum if you can. It's like, okay, cool. And then guess what happened? A week after, they get their interviews, and then from that point on, they get placed. So it's an easy fix. Number 3, you're not taking advantage of your network or growing your existing one. So we're going to talk about these 2 points. If you already have an existing network and it's somewhat decent, like you know some business owners, you know people in the online space, you managed to have a few conversations with them, take advantage of that. Don't let that go to waste. If anything, these are going to be the easiest people to get a position from or get an opportunity from, simply because you've already built that trust and you know each other, right? So if you know a business owner and let's say they run a marketing agency, ask them if they need a setter or if they know anyone who needs a setter. So simple, it takes 3-5 seconds. If you don't, then grow your existing one in the process. You don't have to rely on your network as your sole way of getting a position or an opportunity, but it's always worth, especially for the long-term play, when, you know, what's the quote? The quote is, I forgot what the quote was, but the more people you know, the better, basically. It's about who you know, not what you know. That's what I was trying to look for. So it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So if you know the right people, or you can get in contact with the right people who can solve your current problems, that's going to be massive leverage for you. It's going to make your time a lot easier, because most of these people are getting into this game as a lone wolf. Okay, so, and some of them, either they just don't know any better, maybe they're just too fresh-faced, which is fine, we've all been there, or they're just too arrogant and stubborn to network and make collaborations and meet other people and grow their network. That's just how it is sometimes. So by you growing your existing network, even day by day, you know, it's gonna pay massive dividends. So you take advantage of the network that you currently have, or grow your existing one. If you know business owners, ask them if they need a setter or know anyone who needs a setter, because while they might not need a setter at that moment, or a salesperson, whatever it is, they might know someone who does. The average person has, I forgot the statistic, but I think it's like 300 people that they have in their network that they know and they speak to. So if you're speaking to, let's say you speak to 30 business owners, and then let's say that statistic holds true, 300 times 30, what's that? That's 9,000 connections you could probably take advantage of. Okay, that's the power of network, guys. Don't be stubborn, don't be a lone wolf. That's what you need to do. That's number 3. Number 4 is you're not following up on your outreach. So make sure when you do your outreaches, after you got the outreach message in place, or however you're going to do outreach intact, or you got that sorted out, you're feeding a ton of volume behind it, you know, you're also taking advantage of your network and you're growing your existing network. The other thing you should not neglect is following up after that initial outreach. So I know with some platforms such as Instagram, which sucks, they've introduced this update called Instagram invites, where you can literally only send one message if you're messaging someone cold, meaning they don't follow you or follow you back, and then you have to wait for them to accept the message request before you can follow up somewhere, which is kind of crazy. It's annoying. I get the intention behind it is to avoid spam, but with Instagram there's not much you can do about it. But with other platforms, let's say Twitter, let's say Facebook, let's say LinkedIn, you want to follow up on your outreach. Okay, so be persistent, not too pushy. I have videos on how to do outreach too. It's the same thing as if you're going to set an appointment. And yeah, just be persistent but not pushy. Give it some space, give it some time. Make sure you follow up several times, not just once or twice. I'd say 3 to 4 times is the best thing to do, is a sweet spot. You can do more if you want. I just like 3 to 4. And make sure you're following up with your leads, because these are technically kind of like your leads, aka your first opportunities. Okay, so follow up with them. People get busy. Don't take it personally when someone ignores you for the first time. People get busy, people forget to respond back, all kinds of BS pops up. So make sure you do your part in making sure it doesn't just stay as BS. So number 4, follow up on your outreach. And number 5, if you can get rid of this, you're not getting guidance / expertise from someone already where you want to be. So like I said earlier, guys, I've been in this game for 2-3 years now, and I've seen almost all of it. I'm not going to say all of it because I don't want to, there's always something to learn, but I've been in this space for a while now, helped a ton of people who are just starting out, who've got some experience but just need help with more of the journey. And then I've gone to meet some of the most advanced and one of the best like setters out there. All right, so one of the things as to that's slowing you down your progress in landing a setter position is because you're not getting guidance and expertise in the first place. You're not listening to someone who's actually been there, done that already. You're listening to people who haven't achieved what you want to achieve. All right, well, that's also not just like people on YouTube, not just like people who run their business. It's also friends, family, people from school. You're listening. If you're listening to them and they're not where you want to be, then what are you doing? That's not how it works. That's not, even logically, it doesn't make sense, right? Ultimately, you want to be listening to someone. Let's say you're trying to become successful. You're trying to make 3, 5, 8K remotely per month. You're trying to replace your 9-to-5 income through appointment setting. Then listen to someone who's done that or is on the way to doing that at least. So that's one of the reasons why, that's one of the things that slows people down, is they try again. They try go into this being a lone wolf, trying to figure it all out by themselves. One of the things that I get is, but I have to invest money. I have to spend money on a course. I have to spend money on a mentor. Well, what would you rather spend? What would you rather spend? Would you rather spend the money or would you rather spend time? Which, honestly, if you're smart about it, I'd rather just spend the money instead of the time. And again, it's gonna come across like, you're just trying to sell your mentorship, you're just trying to sell your course. But think about it, guys. Actually think about this. Even if all this stuff is on YouTube, which I've done, and I've given the farm away on my YouTube. Think about how many views it gets. Think about how many impressions it gets, right? Only a small minority of those, excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words now. How many of those people, how many of those viewers, and there's no shot to them, it's just like, how many people actually go back to the videos and take action on it? When we watch YouTube videos, what are we doing? We watch it and then maybe revisit it one more time, but for the most part, we don't really go back to it again or don't take action on what's said in the video because it's for free and we don't value what's free. All right, so I'd rather pay with money than time. I'd rather pay the money in the short term, at least. It's investments. I'd rather do that so I can cut down my time frame of getting the end result. Let's say it would have taken me 12 months to figure out by myself, sometimes even longer. Cut it down to 6 months, 3 months, 1 month even, simply because I knew, when you don't do these things, or you're just in a situation where you don't know what you don't know, all right? And then boom, you would have gotten the result from 12 months to 1 month, 12 months to 3 months, but you just got there faster, all right? Or let's say you're just coming into this game, you don't know what the hell to do. You don't know where to start. Then wouldn't it just make sense to listen to someone who's already where you want to be, just bite the bullet and actually do it? All right. So it doesn't even have to be my mentorship. Doesn't even have to be someone's mentorship. It doesn't have to be a program, of course. Even just getting, like I relate to earlier, there's a lot of groups out there, a lot of communities where, like, let me just shout them out. I don't know if they're gonna watch this, but Affinity Sales Training, I heard their group is really good. So you pay like $40-50 per month and it just gets flooded with a tons of high ticket sales opportunities, and then you can go ahead and apply to them. All right, what do you think is going to be better? What do you think is going to be easier on your shoulders? Just paying the $50 per month, getting into that group and having the positions like being shown on your feed in real time, or just trying to hunt for them by yourself? And I've got videos on that, just tutorials out there on how to do that. But what do you think, guys? What do you think is going to be easier? Okay, wouldn't you win the result faster and easier? So food for thought there. You can join these groups where they're putting in like setting positions, high ticket sales positions. You can network with other setters or aspiring setters, sometimes even pay for it, because even if you just pay for something, the quality of people inside is gonna be much higher. Okay, so food for thought. Go give that a think. Actually implement what I'm saying here. Don't just treat this like another YouTube video, guys, because you're just gonna stay stuck if you do so. So those are some 5 reasons why you're struggling to land a position. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And again, if you want to get the right guidance, if you want to get the expertise from someone who's already where you want to be, and you know what to do. Link in the description. Goodbye. Love you all. Bye-bye.